A paradigm shift is making its way to the automotive industry as electric vehicles are set to be replacing ICE models in the coming time. Well, we have driven a lot of electric cars and electric scooters in the recent past, but this is the first time that I am experiencing an electric motorcycle. Well, this one is made in India, developed in India, and will be sold in India for now. It is called the Ultraviolette F77. Well, the motorcycle is already on sale in the country, and we are today riding the Recon variant of the Ultraviolette F77, which costs rupees 4.5 lakhs without subsidies, of course. But is it worth all the money that Ultraviolette is charging you for the F77? Let's find it out in this review. As always, let's kick things off design first, and look at this motorcycle. It looks beautiful. I really like the design. Why so? It gets a sharp LED headlamp on the front. These upside down forks, they too get a fairing so that the motorcycle can cheat wind. Move over to the side, you have a full-fledged fairing under which a battery pack sits. We'll talk about that at a later stage in this video. Now, these winglets that you see, well, they are sliders. So if you happen to crash the motorcycle or you manage to tip it over, they will take the weight of the motorcycle and saving the fairings from any sort of damage whatsoever. Now, talking of those foot pegs, well, that's a neat design as well. And let me tell you that it does not get a regular handlebar. Bar style handlebar is not present here. Instead, you are treated with clip-ons. Also, all lighting on this motorcycle is LED. In fact, these tiny turn indicators as well. And that aluminum swing arm, it adds some bulk to the motorcycle. Let's forget the visual bulk that's present over here for now, because that is a lot more better job in hiding the battery for that matter. But that swing arm actually looks neat, and the tail is very sharply designed. It has some Italian vibe to it. What do you guys think of this design? Let us know in the comments below. The Ultraviolette F77 does get some tech on board. Here's a 5-inch TFT display that lets you a lot about the motorcycle. Well, it certainly has a lot of information on offer. In fact, there's a parking mode on this motorcycle that lets you walk the motorcycle at a speed of 3 kmph in both directions, forward and reverse. Apart from that, you can also connect your phone to receive all your alerts and notification on the screen. And also, the quality of switchgear is really nice, and with the help of switchgear, you can also access Map My India interface on this screen for your navigation duties. Well, that's a lot of features, and now it's time to ride this motorcycle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to talk about performance. After all, we have ridden the Ultraviolette F77 on a racetrack, well, a go-karting track, and we have carved some corners with this here and Nandi Hills. Let me brief you with the specs first. This one is the Recon variant, and it comes with a 10.3 kWh battery pack and weighs 207 kilos. The motor puts out 29 kilowatt and 95 Nm of max torque. All of that is channeled to the rear wheel, and there are 3 riding modes on offer, which are glide, combat and ballistic. The ballistic is actually ballistic. The seat height is set at 800 millimeters, but since the seat is not very wide and the bike is not top heavy, it has a lower center of gravity, it is not hard to manage this motorcycle. Other than that, the suspension setup on the front end is a 41 mm upside down fork, and on rear you get a monoshock. The swing arm is completely carved out of aluminum, and all of these elements give Ultraviolette F77 quite some stability. Now, talking of tires, it gets 17-inch tires on both ends, and they come off MRF, and I feel they offer immense grip. Now, talking of brakes, well, the motorcycle comes standard with a dual channel ABS, but I think the braking could have been slightly better with slightly more initial bite on the front and on the rear as well. However, it manages to handle beautifully well. Now, talking of the overall performance, since it's an electric motorcycle, how different was the experience when we compare it to an ICE motorcycle? Well, the on-off throttle transitions on this particular motorcycle are so good. They're seamless, and I have ridden a lot of electric two-wheelers, and on-off throttle transitions have been a big issue on all of them. It is a very capable motorcycle, I would say. The ergonomics, they are set to a super sport position, so the riding position is slightly intimidating, but on a road like this or on a go-karting track, I think this felt at home. Out on the highways, the motorcycle manages to carry speed. However, I do feel that suspension setting could have been slightly more softer. Right now, I feel that the suspension is very stiff and I feel there's hardly any compression, and the rebound is too strong as well. Interestingly, on both ends you get adjustability for preload but not compression. So this being said, I think it's time to sum this video up. After spending quite some time with the Ultraviolette F77 and letting you folks know everything about it, I think it's time to sum this video up. And I'll tell you some good things about the motorcycle. It looks appealing, it has a lot of features, and the electric powertrain and the overall riding experience is really fun, I would say. In fact, the motorcycle's overall experience feels so seamless that I didn't feel like I was riding something which is very new in the market. I'm talking about the electric motorcycle space. Well, but when we bring in the price in this picture, which is rupees 4.5 lakh for this Recon variant of F77, I think it is slightly overpriced than my expectations. A similarly spec'd ICE motorcycle will be slightly cheaper, and the experience and the overall fun you can have with that motorcycle is slightly more when we compare it to the F77, thanks to the nascent charging infrastructure. Other than the nascent charging infrastructure, this motorcycle felt a very pleasant ride to me. What do you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments below.